Hey guys, it's me, Desiree Marie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my crew members who I call my subbies, and welcome if you are viewing me for the first time. Just to reintroduce myself, I'm Desiree Marie and I do mostly lock videos. I've been locked now for about 2 years now, and I bring you guys along with me as I wash, maintain, and style my hair. I bring you guys a very in-depth, up-close, and personal look. Some things that you probably don't see very much here on YouTube. I bring it out and I bring versatility and fun with it. So if you are interested in any of that, definitely do hit the subscribe button. And I also do vlogs so that you guys can kind of get to know my little personality in my life and kind of share what I'm doing here and there. But anyway, welcome to yet another video. Today we're going to be talking about locks like we always do, but today we're going to be talking about the very things that you may be doing unknowingly that is causing your locks to thin. The various reasons why locks thin. I want to share some of the things that I have discovered that causes thin locks. If you didn't check out the previous video that I did with my mom, definitely do check it out, where she talks about how she has overcome damaged locks, how she repairs damaged locks, different scenarios that go along with locks that are damaged. So if your locks are damaged, or you know someone whose locks are damaged and they need help in repairing them or bringing them back to life and growing healthy locks, definitely do see that video. I will have it linked up and below. But anyway, all right, so here are the reasons why your locks may be thinning, and how you can correct it. So the number one reason why, well, I won't say it's the number one reason, but one of the reasons why our locks thin is because of heat. A lot of us, we may go to our locticians and get our hair retwisted, and what they do is they use these little metal clips, the same metal clips that most of us use when we retwist, but they put them right at the roots, and then they put you under a heated hooded dryer. I don't know how to say it, but basically heat is exposed to that portion of your hair. Heat is exposed to your hair, and it gets even hotter on the metal clips. So when metal gets hot, it gets really hot, and so what you're probably doing and not realizing is singeing your hair little by little. Every time you put yourself under a hooded dryer with your metal clips, the metal is getting hot and it is singeing your hair, just like as if, you know, you were to put like a flat iron to your locks. That's exactly the same type of effect it's giving to your newly retwisted locks. And a lot of us, when we get retwists, it's shortly after our hair has been washed. So wet hair on top of a hot, you know, along with the hot clip is causing thinning locks. I know someone personally who went to get his locks done like once a month, and he used metal clips, and after a while his locks began to thin out until the locks were very thin and pretty much popped right off. So if you use a heated dryer, try to minimize it. Or I see a lot of women using like the hood that is actually attached to their blow dryer. You can try that method. I think that's a lot, you know, safer because it's not directly from the heated source to your hair. But with any source of heat, you are at risk of, you know, incurring damage on your hair. So just try to minimize it, or air dry your newly retwisted locks if you can. Another reason why locks, or your locks, may be thinning is overstyling. And I'm talking about putting our hair up in tight ponytails, tight buns, using a lot of bobby pins and keeping it in for a long period of time. These things cause stress on the locks, especially especially down by the scalp. You know, after a while of pulling your hair over and over and over again, your locks are starting to weaken at the base. And the base is one of the most important parts of your hair, because that is where the rest of your new locks will grow. That's the basis, the foundation by which your locks are growing. So if you weaken that part, you are going to have weak locks. You know, so try not to pull your hair so tight and you know, over manipulate your hair. And you know, I realized that also when you have your hair, say in an updo, and you sleep on it, after a while your hair is still tugging. Your hair is tugging as you're sleeping. It's tugging, it's pulling. So if you have an updo that, you know, you just got done, try not to have it in for a long period of time, and try not to over manipulate your hair with tight styling. Like right now I have like a very loosely twisted hairstyle, just because I wanted to, you know, look good so that I go to church and look presentable. But and plus I haven't retwisted in some time now. But a loose style like this, can't, you know, you can't go wrong with that. So yeah, try not to over style and manipulate your hair. My next point goes in with the previous point, and that is retwisting a whole lot. If you are one of those people that retwist every week, you are very much at risk of your locks thinning at the roots. When you keep putting stress on your roots and you keep twisting, what happens is you are not allowing the twisted, you know, new growth to actually develop into a lock. And so when you're constantly twisting, you're stifling the new growth from expanding into an actual mature lock, and it's weakening the locks and it's making it thin. You are stifling the growth. So try not to retwist every week or, you know, very often. Try to distance your retwists so that your base, your roots, will actually have time to breathe and grow and develop into locks before you then go back in and retwist the new growth again. So retwisting has caused havoc, over retwisting has caused havoc in so many people's lock journey. I've seen it firsthand, and if that's you, I would encourage you to not retwist so often. Try to go a few weeks extra without retwisting. I have a video where I showed you guys different things that I do to my hair to kind of cover up the fact that I need a retwist desperately. One of those things is styling your hair, putting curls in your hair, just playing around with the, you know, the way that your hair is styled really helps you. So just try to do that and give your roots some time to develop. Another reason why locks thin and weaken is because we are using heavy products on our roots to retwist, and that is wax. Wax has a lot of gooky, heavy products that is really hard to wash out of your hair. So wax does that. Also just heavy products in general. I've mentioned before, and I'll mention it again, that when you were loose natural, you used a lot of these thick creams and pomades and waxes, but when you are locked, it's completely different now. You have to give consideration to the fact that your locks are spinning and trapping in everything that you are putting in your hair. You can't just simply wash it out like you did before. Locks have a way of trapping in everything. It's very easy to, you know, bring into the matrix a new product that ends up staying in your locks and becomes buildup. So wax and heavy products should be eliminated. Try to use something a little lighter so that your locks, when you wash your locks, that product is washed out as well, and it doesn't stay in and cause buildup and mildew and smelly hair. So try to avoid heavy products like wax and anything that will cause your strands to weigh down heavy, because when it's weighed down heavy, your locks start to weaken and then it starts to snap off. A lot of people wonder why their locks are falling out. These are the reasons why. You're using heavy wax, heavy products in your hair. You might want to try something different and see how your hair reacts to that, and go with that if it works well. You know, I always encourage versatility on my channel and trying out different things. So yeah, try out something different and see how that works for you. It may be the best thing you've ever done in your journey. Another reason why a lot of people's locks thin out is because of them picking out lint and buildup. And when I say picking, I mean like you're going in ferociously in that one lock and trying to get the lint from the middle of the lock out. When you're constantly picking in the lock, it's causing holes, and holes cause the lock to weaken. You don't want it to have holes and pokes in it, because that causes the lock to weaken and stress out. So try not to pick your lock out So when you see buildup or lint in your hair, try your best to softly edge it out with your thumb, with your nail, but don't go in ferociously and pick it out of your lock, because your locks will weaken. And the last thing that might be causing your locks to thin out is age. As we age, our locks, or our hair in general, begins to thin. It's just natural. It's something that happens to all of us. So just know that with age comes you know, changes in our hair. Your hair is not going to look the same as it did when you were, you know, in your 20s or you were a teenager. It's going through its own metamorphosis, its own journey, and the best thing you can do is just love your hair and try to find ways to accommodate that specific change. Try something out, and try watching the previous video with my mom, because she is also dealing with that, you know, thinning lock situation, and she also has overcome some damaged lock issues. So I encourage you to watch that previous video if you didn't. But anyway, that's all that I have for this specific video. If you are interested in these types of videos, which I upload pretty much every day, almost every day, definitely do hit the subscribe button. It's free, it's fun, and you get a special treat almost every day. I'm also on social media, so if you're not following me, that's where I pretty much exist. If you don't see me on here, it's Desiree Marie _ on Instagram. And yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any added tidbits to add to what I have mentioned about thinning locks and what causes it, and if you're dealing with that, definitely do comment below so that we can encourage you and I can make a whole video just for you. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Later. Bye.